So I have my cardiologist clearance letter here, which was requested at the time of my DOT physical, and after much travel and intense work, I have acquired it and bringing it back here to show to the physician's assistant to get my DOT finally finished so that I can go back to work. So let's see if they're in there. Nope, they're not in there. What? The sign says we'll be back shortly. So starting on Tuesday, when CRETE told me I can come here and get my DOT physical, I arrived here on Tuesday, and by the way, this is a new facility that CRETE's using. So the other one was in Orange City, this one's in Deltona, twice as far away from the terminal. But yeah, I did my medical exam and checked all the boxes and everything was good. And then the physician assistant doing the exam said, I need your clearance letter from your ophthalmologist because I had been on medical leave for an eye problem. I presented that document to her. She said, that's great. And it says here you had a history of heart problems. I need a letter of clearance from your cardiologist. I said, actually, my last visit to the cardiologist was in December of 23, a year and a half ago. And I was told I didn't need to do that every year, only every 2 years. So I haven't got a letter of clearance from my cardiologist. I'm not supposed to have one until December of this year, 9 months from now. And she informed me that the rules had changed last year and now you need that letter every year, not every 2 years. And that was news to me. So I had the option of finding a local cardiologist, which I had been in the process of doing. I had an appointment with a cardiologist last month and he canceled it so he could go on vacation. So the next appointment I could get was in 2 months. So I got on the phone and checked around, and the best I could do was an appointment in 2 weeks. So that would mean another 2 weeks of sitting around doing nothing, just waiting to go see a cardiologist. And as a new patient, that might have involved a full workup, which could have taken another 2 weeks on top of that. So I'm looking at another month before I can go back to work. So I called my old cardiologist in Phoenix, Arizona, and got an appointment in 2 days. So I jumped on a plane and flew to Phoenix and saw the cardiologist and got my letter of clearance and flew back here and arrived Friday morning. The cardiologist in Phoenix did do an EKG, which is like 1 minute with little things stuck on you to just see what your heart looks like, you know, and passed that with flying colors. So when I arrived here on Friday morning at the Orlando airport, I drove straight here with my paperwork so I could get my DOT physical finally finished. Now on Tuesday, the physician assistant told me that when I come back in, if she's not there, any other PA could sign off and finish the work. And then I called Thursday from Phoenix and said, will that particular physician's assistant be in on Friday? And I was told yes. So when I got here Friday morning, the receptionist said, oh no, she's not here today. She'll be in tomorrow. And then I said, well, another PA can do this and finish it and sign it off. And the receptionist said, no, you have to come back and see the same physician assistant. So I lost another day. And now we're back here today to see that physician assistant. That's the story so far. Yay! I got it. Let's go to the office. Ready to go. So I went in to the receptionist and told him what I was here for. And he said, yeah, the doctor's here. And I said, which one? He said, the same one that did it on Tuesday. I'll tell her you're here. And a minute later, he said, come on in. And we went into an examination room. She said, Everything's ready. She had already filled out all the papers and gave me like the card and the wallet card and the forms. It was all done. So I guess she saw it this morning, because when I came yesterday, they took photocopies of the cardiologist clearance letter. So she must have seen it this morning and gone ahead and completed everything. So it was ready. Didn't have to wait. She gave me all the paperwork. I said, great, thanks, goodbye. That's the story. Let's get out of here. Here we are at the terminal in DeLand. I'm going to bring my paperwork up, and they'll send it to the safety department in Lincoln, Nebraska, and then I can go to work. Yay! All right, paperwork's in. It's Saturday, so the safety department will look at my DOT physical on Monday morning and then clear me to go back to work, and then we get a truck assignment. Let's get on the road. Got a day's grace here. It's Sunday. We're walking the beach at Ponce Inlet at New Smyrna Beach, taking in a little nature. Somebody asked a question on a previous video if I would be getting Rambling Rose back when I return to work. The 2024 Kenworth T680 that I drove for a year and a half. Unfortunately, it was reassigned to another driver, and I kind of knew that would happen because I was going to be off for quite a while. And they don't want the truck sitting around all that time, not making them any money. So let's see what I'm going to get when I go to the office tomorrow, Monday, and get my truck assignment. Well, here's a rental car. It looks like I've been assigned a truck, but it's in the terminal in Lenore City, Tennessee. So we'll be taking this car home and loading it up and headed to Tennessee in the morning. So stay tuned and we'll see what truck I'm actually assigned. Give us a thumbs up if you like this video and comments down below, and stay tuned. Hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and we're going to see you down the road for sure.